court is finding that he's not guilty for he's a mental disease or defect.
Right now at 6, the judge's sentencing is in. The fate of a La Crosse man accused of fatally stabbing his wife more than 50 times.
And La Crosse Public Library unveils its $3.1 million renovation, the new spaces and the equipment for the community.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Kent Hazarowski. A new development in the Zachary Fritz trial. A judge has decided his fate.
News 8 Now's Grace Monk is live outside of the courthouse. Grace, what's the verdict?
After 5 days of testimony, the judge found Fritz not guilty by reason of mental disease. Fritz is accused of fatally stabbing his wife more than 50 times. The judge says he believes Fritz has bipolar disorder and is a danger to those around him. The verdict means Fritz will spend his life in a psychiatric institute rather than prison. Here's what his attorney had to say about that decision.
This was the outcome that we were seeking in this trial. It's obviously the very beginning of the journey for Mr. Fritz, who's going to spend the majority of his life, I would imagine, in a psychiatric institution, but hopefully it's a point where people can begin to heal.
Zacher says he wants the community to now focus on Ellen, Fritz's wife, and the person she was. And this is the second time Fritz was found not guilty due to his mental health. The first time was during a trial back in 2009 for domestic abuse charges. In La Crosse, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
Thank you, Grace. And in other breaking news, a large police presence on La Crosse's north side is near Avon and Wall Street. A News 8 photographer is on the scene. He says he saw a Bearcat vehicle leaving the scene when arriving. The road was blocked off but has since reopened. We'll provide more details as they come. Earlier today, an Eau Claire man sentenced to 9 years in prison for a 2025 murder. 19-year-old Demarion Stogner received 9 years confinement and 16 years extended supervision for the homicide of 21-year-old Andre Simmons Jr. The sentence followed an emotional hearing with statements from the victim's family.
The decision you made to murder my son has impacted my family immensely. You single-handed, in 5 seconds, altered the lives of everyone in my family and multiple generations to come, like his children and his nieces and nephews. You killed a part of me that day, you killed a part of his siblings that day.
Stogner was originally charged with first-degree intentional homicide, but the charge was amended to second-degree as part of a plea deal.
Vernon County is bringing 911 into the digital age, making it possible to reach dispatchers without saying a word.
News 8 Now's Brooklyn Hines shows us how Next Generation 911 is changing emergency response.
In Vernon County, a simple text message could now save a life. 911 dispatchers can answer text messages.
You can actually text 911 in Vernon County, and that comes right to our 911 system.
People can now text 911 for help anywhere in the county, and dispatchers respond just like they would to a call.
And text to 911 comes in, and we're just gonna carry on a text conversation with you.
And we have a lot of preset or pre-typed messages that we can select to send from, but the biggest thing is going to be probably, do you need police, fire, or medical?
A text to 911 is designed for times when calling isn't an option.
Like domestic situations where you don't want to make it obvious that you're calling.
Perhaps, kidnapping, human trafficking. If I'm in a bad area with horrible cell service, that text might go out.
It's all part of the county's upgrade to Next Generation 911.
The call is going to be answered just a little bit quicker, and the call routing is going to be much more accurate with Next Generation 911.
While La Crosse County doesn't have text to 911 yet, Sheriff Torgerson says that may soon change.
Although I cannot speak for my colleagues in La Crosse, I do understand that they are very close to this transition themselves.
The sheriff's office reminds that calling 911 is still the best route. Texting 911 should only be used when talking isn't safe or possible. Reporting in Vernon County, Brooklyn Hine, News 8 Now.
Vernon County is also expanding when storm sirens will sound. Outdoor warning sirens will go off when the National Weather Service issues severe thunderstorm warnings with a destructive tag. That applies to storms with winds of 80 miles an hour or higher and hail at least 2 3/4 inches in diameter, roughly the size of a baseball.
In La Crosse, winter is back. Our cameras catching snow falling earlier in the area. The weather also created some slick spots on the road.
And then, of course, gave way to some sunshine in the afternoon hours, but we are expecting some severe winter weather in the days to come, Greg.
Yeah, that's just a taste of it that we're going to be seeing here coming in the next several days, and as we go into early next week, too, as winter really is coming back with a vengeance. But for today, we got pretty close to average temperatures. Really, if you look at it, overall was in the 40s to upper 30s, but that wind actually made it feel more probably in the low 30s or even 20s too, as it kind of was brisk overall. But we did clear out in the afternoon after we had that snow for some areas. Right now, plenty of sunshine out there. That wind is still brisk around 15, so you feel like temperatures are generally in the 30s. So overall, still fairly good for this time of year. We'll see a little bit of increase in clouds as we go towards 10 p.m. A little weak disturbance is approaching, but it's just really cloud cover. You see the winds begin to die off as we go towards 10 p.m., feeling like into the 20s. A flurry chance gets kind of close for a clear after 10 p.m., but otherwise the cloud cover increases and we go back down to 32 as the winds kind of die off too at this location. Overall, there's your wind speeds right now. There's your little disturbance to the west of Minneapolis. You can see a little snow showing up and cloud cover. That's what we'll track tonight. Nothing significant, but we will see some clouds from it. But then we got some rain, wind, some snow with this next system, a lot of wind. And then the following one for the weekend is a major winter storm setting up to impact the area. So we'll break all those down coming up a bit later.
All right. Thank you, Greg. The La Crosse Public Library had its grand reopening today.
And our own News 8 Now's Seth Padilla has a tour of the new additions.
Right now, I'm here with Don Wasik, the library director. There are a lot of new things that this renovation has to offer. Obviously, this auditorium and the social space. Can you talk to me a little bit about this?
Yeah, absolutely. So the auditorium is a new space on our first floor. It's allowing us to have programs and activities in a more accessible way. It also is connected with Wi-Fi, it's got sound, it's got 2 screens, so we can do all kinds of different classes, activities, and programs in that space. And we'll go up and find some of those quiet spaces.
All right, yeah, give me a tour of the upstairs area. And upstairs, you can find a lot of new additions to the library, multiple new meeting rooms, and a create space, which focuses on hands-on learning and new activities to offer for free, and multiple new tech spaces with 95 new computers and laptops.
So this is our new computer space. Everything has been updated. The furniture, the computers themselves, all of the technology has been updated. And then if we walk this way, we're going to see that we have a new laptop computer lab over to my right. And that also allows us to host class visits where we can do trainings, where we can offer other folks to use that space to do trainings as well.
It also features a telehealth area where people can contact their doctors if they have a telehealth appointment for free. And this is all thanks to the $3.1 million renovations. Well, thank you so much, Donna. I appreciate you taking the time to do this little walking tour with us. Reporting in La Crosse, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now.
Some Election Day results are in from Tuesday in Minnesota. Over in Sheldon Township, voters were choosing between Joyce Betts and Jeremy Johnson for town supervisor. Johnson winning that race with 17 votes to Betts' 6. Over in Homer, Anna Driscoll and Harlan Larson were running for town supervisor. It's Larson taking it with 155 votes to Driscoll's 94.
And as voters went to the polls, they may have noticed some open seats didn't have any candidates filed in the election. That included several town hall clerks and supervisors. Those spots will be decided by write-in votes.
Still to come, officers and bystanders team up to save a driver from a burning car. What body cam video shows from the rescue near Milwaukee. And
tornadoes reported in Texas, Illinois, and Indiana. The severe weather outbreak moving east.
Tomorrow morning, a chance to meet county board candidates before Election Day when the League of Women Voters stops by. Plus, Art is tracking the return of winter weather and snow when we see you at 5 a.m.
What home improvement delivers the highest return on investment? A new garage door. And the perfect door is a genuine overhead door, made to last right here in the USA for over 100 years. Overhead Door has been the leader in exceptional design and quality materials installed by trained, experienced professionals. Find your perfect door. Visit our showroom or go online to choose from an endless array of styles, colors, and accents. From our family to yours, Overhead Door Company of the Seven Rivers region.
If you want selection, then that's what we've got at King Furniture. More mattresses. Did you know you spend a third of your life sleeping? So you better have the best mattress you possibly can. King has a huge selection to choose from at every price range. We'll even deliver your new mattress and haul away the old one for free. Take time to find the exact mattress you want because you're going to be sleeping on this for a while. Head into King Furniture today.
Hello, I'm Franklin Graham. Jesus said, come unto me, all ye who labor and are heavy laden, and I'll give you rest. And maybe you've been burdened by the sins of your life and the mistakes, and you just would love to have rest for your soul. Well, I want you to know that God loves you. He made you. He created you. And he sent his son, Jesus Christ, from heaven to this earth to take your sins. That's right. He took your sins to the cross. He died and shed his blood on a cross. And he was buried. But on the third day, God raised him to life. And if we are willing to repent, turn from our sins, tell God that we're sorry, and by faith, believe on Jesus Christ, and invite him to come into our hearts, to take control of our life, God will forgive us and cleanse us. And you can have a new life, a new beginning, starting today, right now. Invite him to come into your heart. God bless you.
First responders and bystanders saved a man from a burning car on I-41 in Germantown, Wisconsin, just north of Milwaukee on Tuesday.
Officers arrived to find the engine compartment fully engulfed with the driver still trapped inside. A Washington County deputy and Germantown police officer worked together to free the 40-year-old man's pinned foot. They pulled him to safety moments before the fire intensified. No word on the condition of the driver.
Iran is withdrawing from the 2026 FIFA World Cup due to its war with the U.S. and Israel. The country's sports minister says Iranian players would not be safe in the United States. He cites the assassination of an Iranian leader and the ongoing conflict as reasons for the withdrawal. Iran was scheduled to play group stage matches in Los Angeles and Seattle when the tournament starts on June 11th.
An outbreak of severe weather slamming Michigan to Texas. Tornadoes have been reported in Texas, Illinois, and Indiana. There were also hundreds of reports of wind and hail. At least 2 fatalities were tied to the storms.
We stepped out and saw our neighbor's garage gone, power line in the next neighbor's house gone, both of our cars, my living room, our shed, gone.
The weather threat is now moving east.
A 1,300-pound spacecraft that launched almost 14 years ago is now crashing back down to Earth. Most of NASA's Van Allen Probe A is expected burn up as it re-enters the atmosphere. But the space agency warns some debris could survive the trip and land somewhere near the equator. They say that's due to late-stage design changes that increase the level of risk to the public greater than the federal government typically allows. Scientists still say harm to humans is pretty unlikely.
The risk is extremely small for getting hit by anything. The world is big. Where it's coming back is mostly over ocean. And honestly, if I knew that a satellite was coming back near where I was, I would be more likely to go outside so I could watch it, because they are pretty spectacular sometimes.
Its twin spacecraft, Van Allen Probe B, is not expected to re-enter Earth's atmosphere until the 2030s with a similar risk to the public. We will have more news ahead.
But first.
Yeah, we got some rain, wind, and a lot of wind actually on Friday, but then we have a major winter storm set in shape to impact the area come this weekend. We'll explain all that coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
If you have a crack like this, well, you have a problem. Today I'm learning how a cracked wall might mean your foundation is sinking.
It always points towards the area where it's sinking. For example, this corner here, we're down almost a full inch of drop.
Right, so that's going down and that's causing the crack.
Correct. And then this door, they don't even use that door anymore. It cannot open.
Innovative Basement Authority is now Groundworks. Schedule a free inspection.
At Vernon Health, we believe in your birth, your way.
From prenatal visits to postpartum care, we provide continuous support, respect your birth plan, and ensure a smooth transition from pregnancy to parenthood. With expert lactation consultants and a comforting home-like environment, we're here for you before, during, and after delivery. Vernon Health, where your journey is in caring hands.
We're roasting 500,000 pounds of coffee a year, and we employ 85 people. But these tariffs are crushing us. And you're looking at $100,000 in tariffs right here. That's on top of all of our other supplies getting more expensive. We've had no choice but to raise prices. Congressman Derek Van Orden voted to support the tariffs, and he called them a success. It doesn't feel like success to me. All I see are higher prices. We need to tell Derek Van Orden to stop raising our costs.
It's Truck Month with the Ford Crew.
Truck Month only happens once a year.
So it's gotta be big.
Like available Pro Power on board big.
Protect it with the Ford Security Package big. Biggest deals of the year big.
There's only one, Ford Truck Month.
Deal's so good, we need a bigger door big.
Oh yeah.
Get 0% financing, 0 down, and 0 payments for up to 90 days on select Ford trucks. Plus $1,000 bonus cash and a free limited maintenance plan. See your local Northland Ford dealers.
Get the lowest prices of the year during sales fair at Nelson Agri Center, Friday, March 13th through Saturday, March 21st. Get huge savings on Milwaukee Power Tools. Stock up on paint with our buy one, get one specials. We'll have deals on fencing, gates, seeds, and more for your farm. Plus, get an $8 store credit towards already low prices with the junk battery trade-in sale. Thousands of items will be on sale at the lowest prices of the year at Nelson Agri Center, downtown Viroqua.
Yeah, we have a lot of winter storms, all these big systems coming through, and then it's going to be followed by early next week with some really bitterly cold temperatures for this part of March. But in the meantime, still kind of quiet for probably the next 18 hours or so. The only thing that we got coming through is this little weak disturbance here. You can see some cloud cover, a little bit of snow potential with it as it comes through. That'll come through around midnight. You might see a few flakes. You'll have cloud cover increase by midnight, and then once it passes, we'll decrease its clouds too. So nothing significant, but that's what we'll see maybe tonight. Tomorrow morning, still fairly quiet. The system we're watching is just came on shore, the Pacific Northwest, so it's still got some time to come through to the Rockies and eventually get here. This one is more rain for most of the area, or not much of accumulation when we get the cold air wrapping around the low for Friday. So the only winter storm, winter headlines we got right now are just to the north. That includes Rusk County. It's a winter storm watch, greater than 3 inches. Some areas might see much more than that, but it's a combination of snow and the wind. Reduced visibility, blowing and drifting. That's really the issue with this more than any system we've seen in quite a while with the wind. So that's why there's a watch up there. We may see advisories for some other areas going into Friday morning when the wind starts kicking up with that snow too. As overall, if we look at the snow amounts, fairly light here, 1 to 3, probably more closer to 1 inch in this area. The 3 to 6 is Rusk County and just points to the east, potentially even higher as you go closer to the UP. Much less as you go further south. We will still see snow likely for a lot of areas, at least north of I-90 going Friday morning, but the wind and the snow combination could create some travel headaches for Friday morning alone, but not a lot of snow with this per se. But here's the high wind watch. Expect more of the high wind watches to be issued further to the east tomorrow. This is on the backside of the low. The low tracks right to the north. It'll be the north wind. We could see gusts potentially up to 60 miles per hour Friday morning, late Thursday night, Friday morning. So definitely the wind will be the big story. You combine that with snow showers going at the times, you can get some snow squalls, some reduced visibilities down to a quarter or less at times. So we'll have to keep an eye on that for Friday morning's commute. But the winds too, they'll turn around some point by midnight. You'll see them out the southwest here. They'll turn. You see the little push east. They'll decrease a little bit. They'll pick up from the west and then from the northwest as we go into Friday morning. Right there you got 50, 55 mile per hour gust. Potentially at 8 a.m. you're still looking at 55 to the south, a little bit less to the north because they're closer to the low. Those will continue throughout most of the day, then decrease towards sunset. So definitely the wind will be a factor. Now for the snow amounts that we're expecting, or the rain, it won't really come into factor until about 3 or 4 p.m. And most of this south of I-90 is going to start off as light rain. The issue becomes between Eau Claire going up to Ladysmith, this area. A little bit in question if it's going to rain or snow Thursday evening when it might turn to snow, but I think everyone up in that area will see snow kind of become more of a factor past midnight. By the time we get past 10, most of this rainfall has pushed to the east. More showers continue, but then we get the wraparound, and that has the snow showers and the wind come back in late Thursday night into Friday morning. So it's not showing a lot of snow showers going on, but that could be going on along with the wind. So Friday morning's commute, the wind will be the story and the snow. The weekend event bears a lot of watching because we're going to probably see an area that could exceed 12 inches from Saturday night to Sunday with even more. Along with the wind, you can't even rule out blizzard conditions that'll be coming in focus as we get to that point. So we'll detail that more as we get to it. Beyond that, it gets cold, and we're talking sub-zero lows going into Tuesday morning, but we will eventually reach average, which is about 50 when we get to Thursday of next week.
All right, an active weekend, though, in the meantime.
Yeah, definitely it's going to be an active week. So if you got travel plans, take tune to Saturday night and Sunday.
Yeah. For sure. Thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, Big Apple bound. The UWL women looking to make more history in the city that never sleeps. Plus, the Viroqua Blackhawks set to leave the Cooley Conference. Details on where they're headed and when. Jacob is next.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
We're starting the new year with our biggest sale of the year at Interior Designs Holman. All our carpets are on sale, so you'll save money and get more for free. Free measuring and estimating at your home. Free furniture moving, even that heavy couch and king-size bed. Free removal of your old carpet and padding, and we'll recycle it. Free life of carpet labor warranty for as long as you own the carpet. All at the lowest prices of the year and 12 months no interest financing. Save money and get more for free during the biggest carpet sale of the year going on now at Interior Designs Holman.
Find happiness. Find something familiar and new. Find connection. Find culture. Find community. Find yourself at the La Crosse Symphony.
Get your tickets now for Classical Magic on March 14th. Sponsored by O'Flaherty Law and Gillette Pepsi Company at lacrossesymphony.org.
Shopping for your next car or truck? Get more with Maury's. More trust, more value with Maury's More Care program, which includes complimentary first year of maintenance on new vehicles and complimentary powertrain warranty on pre-owned vehicles. Get more with Maury's.
Password 1234.
Incorrect password.
Technology, am I right?
We need a new tech lead.
This is the job for Sponsored Jobs. Sponsor your job on Indeed and get matched with quality candidates when you need them most. Visit Indeed.com/hire now.
Do the plans for your new home include a fireplace? Is your builder using La Crosse Fireplace Company? Our showroom has over 70 units on display to help inspire you. We'll design more than just your heat and glow fireplace. We'll help you pick the perfect stone, mantle, and hearth, making your heat and glow fireplace the focal point of your new home. Visit our showroom today or call us for your free estimate. La Crosse Fireplace Company, Mormon Cooley Road, because your place is by the fire.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lansendorf.
Well, after their first proposal was shot down back in December, after further review, the WIAA's Board of Control approved a move for Viroqua to join the Southwest Wisconsin Conference in the 2027-28 school year. Initially, the WIAA's Conference Realignment Task Force voted against the move, with 13 of the 14 voters advising the Blackhawks stay in the Cooley Conference. But after an in-person appeal presented by Athletic Director Dan Brown in January, the committee voted 15-1 in favor of allowing Viroqua to join the SWC. The reason for Viroqua wanting to change conferences were enrollment and fit, which includes the rural outlook of schools that compete in the Southwest Wisconsin Conference. This is for all sports besides football and hockey. Meanwhile, the UWL women's basketball team started their trek out east today with the Big Apple as their end destination, as the Eagles will compete in the Sweet 16 for the first time in program history in just a couple days. You won't find a more close-knit team than this group of ladies, and while that helps their play on the court, it also just makes the entire experience that much more enjoyable.
What makes this team special is just like our bonds that we have. Like, I couldn't think of like a team that's even like stronger, like connection wise, like outside the gym and inside the gym. We're just all very connected, which just makes getting this far even more fun.
The roughly 1,000-mile and roughly 16 hours of travel is another piece of adversity that UWL will have encountered this season, but luckily the Eagles have learned how to persevere, which means focusing on the things you can control and not looking too far ahead.
We have to, because there's no tomorrow unless we take care of today. So really just wherever we are, we got to have our feet there. And it's going to be a big week of travel going all the way to New York, but trying to just stay in the moment with each other and really enjoy each part of the process.
Lacrosse is slated to play at 4 o'clock local time on Friday against Southern Maine, and if the Eagles advance to the Elite Eight, they'll face the winner of two-time defending champion NYU and Hardin Simmons on Saturday. Meanwhile, some NFL news. Aaron Jones back with the Vikings, but defensive tackle Javon Hargrove, who was on Minnesota's roster last year, agrees to sign with Green Bay. I'll have more details on those moves later at 10. That's all for sports. One more check on your weather after this.
We see you out there doing things your way. So why shop the same retail giants as everyone else when you can find the same trusted products you want and need at unbeatable farm and fleet prices? Right now, during our spring workwear event, new men's silver jeans are 20% off. Earn $30 in Carhartt bucks when you spend $125 on Carhartt gear. And men's Wrangler 5-star jeans, $22.99. Rewards members save an extra $1. Find value on the things you value. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Chevy trucks are as capable and dependable as the Chevy people who drive them. You probably know one. Your sister. Your buddy. The ones who always show up. They all have that little extra something. And maybe you got it too.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Right now, get over $7,300 total value on this 2026 Chevy Silverado. Plus, Costco Executive members can get a $12.50 members-only incentive.
Improve your home, improve your life. More choices, lower prices. The 28th Annual Early Bird Home Show, only at the Board Store. Create a sanctuary in your own backyard. We are favored to live in a wonderful area. Make the most of it with a deck that is safe and sound. A pergola or patio cover to shield you from the sun. A 3-season porch to protect you from bugs and bad weather, or a year-round sunroom you enjoy 24/7 every day of the year. Great value during the 28th Annual Early Bird Home Show, only at the Board Store.
All right, a quiet start to Thursday. That's the good news. Unfortunately, it's a rain or snow to the end of the day that continues overnight, along with the wind. The wind will be the big story. Powerful winds going into Friday morning. Snow accumulation, not a big deal with this unless you're in Rusk County. But Friday's morning commute could have snow showers, a lot of wind going on, and then all attention turns to Saturday night and Sunday, which is setting up to be a major winter storm across the area. So stay tuned. If you got travel plans, definitely stay tuned to what's coming up with that.
Yeah, we sure will.
All right. That'll do it for us tonight at 6.
We'll see you at 10.